Ow. 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 Guys. Alright, you don't have to be like this with me. Alright? No, 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 no. What is this rude behavior? I just came back from a short, brief vacation, and this is how you greet me? Fuck you. No, fuck you, man. Fuck you, too. Why can't I hit you, even? You guys just because I have bad aim. But my aim's getting better. See, that's a bastardization of the my wife still misses me joke. That's the funny bit about it. Right, so I need to go get a crap, and I mean a crap ton of quartz to encase this structure. As I actually do want to encase it. So it stops doing this shit. Even if it's just the bare bones shape of the thing. It's pretty neat, you know? Look at this. It goes pretty fast. Oh, hold on. There you go. I just need to clean the inventory of this shit constantly. It's like all day. And hopefully this time I don't hit the pigman and ruin the excursion for me. So yeah, that's nice. Hello, Enderman. Hello, why are your eyes green? I love you, Enderman. I love you. That was the most savage I've ever killed an Enderman, I think. And I'm not even kidding. What is this? What sort of piglin died here? Whose remains did I just find? Knockback 1? 3 Ender pearls from one guy? What is going on? Excuse me, I got distracted. We're gonna talk today a little bit about the kinds of music I listen to during June, because July is about to end. I have been doing the funny thing where you don't do the thing for about a few months. So I'm catching up on uploading stuff from this channel. And now there's only a 1 month gap between the things. I mean, it's not a 1 month gap. We still have a longer gap, but you know. I like how this texture is not affected by the texture pack. Well done. I hear big noises. And I'm afraid that they will kill me. And destroy me and end me and stuff. But yeah, it's time to talk about what I listened to in June. If I can only remember what I listened to in June. I already hit one of these guys? No way, how did I do that? Oh wait, no, I think they're just still angry at me over the other day. No way, how are you still angry at me? There's no way I haven't played for more than 20 minutes. What? So, it was fun because for June, I decided that I wanted to listen to a certain person's discography, which is something that I don't typically do. I don't know what about this person or this band got me into like the mood to listen to the entire discography, because I'm very much the kind of person who just prefers listening to one album over like a whole discography or something. But much to my surprise, I did end up listening to the discography because something about it just seemed interesting. I feel like it one of those classic discographies that you listen to and you think, man, maybe one of these albums by theirs is really, really right up my alley. And did that happen? Not really. There is certainly one album of them that I liked quite a bit more than the others, but for the most part, I wasn't too in love with it. That is, of course, the like not Didi, the like the thing, but twice the. They're called the. Right? I know it's a confusing name. Uh, but yeah, they have a bunch of albums, and I decided to listen to all of them. And I don't think at any point I actually figured that one of the albums was like particularly better than the others. I didn't find a single album there that made me think, oh wait, these guys are awesome. even though they do have tons of songs that are really, really good, I never really figured any of the albums their work um, in any particular way that, inspired anything. Hi, pig. What's up? How do you like being a pig? Imagine being a pig. Oink, oink. So their first album titled not Infected, I think that's the second one. Called, what is it? Soul Mining or something like that? That one's definitely like the one that I feel a lot of people hear from the band. And I can't deny it, yeah, that was one of the most interesting albums. It has a lot of really interesting soundscapes. And I just really dig the way some of the things are done in it when it comes to like the musical landscape that the album creates. If that makes any sense and doesn't make me sound like a snob. Like there's a few long in length songs that just have a lot of like juice behind them. In this instead, like they're interesting. And so I don't know. I think I really dug some of those interesting songs. It's a very like popish new wave album. I just thought it just creates interesting soundscapes. Definitely has like some of the best stuff in the band. And I guess that it also is kind of the reason why I wanted to listen to the whole discography. That's because like when I listened to it, I realized um these guys, every single album they made is kind of somewhat different. So like this album's a little bit more art pop and like new wave. And then the next album is called Infected, and it's just a whole other vibe. Instead of going for, I don't know, there's like, I think I'm speaking out my ass calling them jazz inspired elements, but you know, there's a certain grandiose to the first album that the second album doesn't really have. Also, I'm lost. I just realized I have not kept track of where I'm going, or who I am, or where I've been. And now it's time to go. Fuck. Like, at some point, they did a country album, and the country album's pretty bad. It's covers, so it's kind of lame. You know, like, I'm a big fan of the band Ween, and one of the things Ween does is they have a country album. In a few days, actually, they're releasing, like, a anniversary edition of that album. Um, and I was expecting them to also have like a cool country album, even if it obviously wasn't gonna be that good because they're not Ween. You know, Ween does it the way no one else can do it. And I figured, like, maybe they have a little bit of that DNA where such variety makes them at least interesting to listen to. The country album titled Hanky Panky was like definitely their worst. I think Infected, the one I just talked about, was like the second worst. And then they have stuff like, I think Dusk is one of the ones. I think that's the fourth album by theirs. I was really into Dusk. It has a few songs that just clicked with me, and I started listening to them recurrently throughout the month. But I was actually kind of surprised that like my favorite album of theirs ended up being like the newer one that they made. What's the title of this album? Hold on. Ensoulment. That's the name of it. Well, yeah, it turns out this Ensoulment album that they released like 20 years after the release of all the other albums was definitely one of my favorites. And it's the one I think I will end up listening to the most on the long run. I just think it was an interesting discography, Because I typically only get into the discography of bands I really like. And it's one of the first times I kind of decide to just dive into a discography for a band that I just don't really know. And I don't think I'll do it again. I don't, like, it was a cool experiment. But really my style of listening to music is to just go album by album. And hopefully, someday, I find a good album. And if I don't find the, like, artist's best album, I cry. And that's pretty much it. I don't need to bend myself backwards, thinking to myself that I'm missing music that I'm probably not missing. And if I am, I hope I will find it eventually. You know, that's the wonder of music. Music, lots of stuff all the time. There's a sign there. I put it there, but I don't know what it says. I don't know what it means. I think maybe it just says Nether Fortress that way. In which case, what a nice little framing thing, you know? Like this kind of a painting, you know? It's a really shitty painting, but still. So next this month, I ended up watching the show Mandy. It's Philomena Conk, except it's not Philomena Conk. It's Diane Morgan, the person who acts as Philomena Conk, and they're kind of like doing their own thing. They play as this character called Mandy, and Mandy's like this job seeker who's kind of like, I don't know. I guess it's framed as if she was kind of like stuck in the market. I don't know how to explain it. What's the name of the thing? You know when you get job welfare, where you're like getting welfare while you get a job. She's that kind of person. She's just taking advantage of that system. And apparently a lot of people don't like that Mandy's like that. They think the portrayal of the character is a little lame. Honestly, I couldn't care. Why? Because Mandy's funny. That is literally why. So she has like a weird way of walking. That's about the show. We'll talk about the show some other time. But the show kind of has this cool intro with a song that's like really deep and insightful about Mandy. And it's not like the song's not about the character in the show. The character in the show barely applies to the song. She does in like a few episodes, but the actual song is good. I actually really like the song. I don't know, something about it is like really neat. I mean, let's be honest. It's probably just the fact that this song is the song, you know. You know, it's a love song about a lady called Mandy who came and gave without taking, and then the guy sent her away anyways. And now the guy's like, "Please come back, Mandy." Mandy's ain't coming back, bro. But yeah, that song's really, really cool. And I find myself singing the lyrics just randomly. Because I like that subtle, like, voice sound, I suppose. How do you call it? Voice sound. I don't think voice sound is the way you should call it. The boy sound. Is that the way men sound? Do voices sound like men? Okay, I'm getting completely derailed here. You know what I listen to? I listen to Ariel Pink. More Ariel Pink. I like Ariel Pink quite a bit. It's one of those albums that I have, like, Ariel Pink has many albums that I have to re-listen to again. Because I listened to them a while ago when I was less into music. And I don't entirely understand what I was listening. I didn't entirely understand what I was listening to. So they didn't captivate me. But the recent Ariel Pink albums I've listened to, that being their most recent, and the one that sounds like it's mixed with, I don't know, a fucking blender. Those albums, I definitely found myself kind of enjoying them more. And I think the reason for that is primarily because I've gotten better at like parsing complex music, and so I kind of want to listen to Pom Pom again. Pom Pom, is that the name of the album? I just want to listen to whatever that album's called again. The one with the pink cover. And so, in listening to the latest one, I think the song I ended up, like, attached to and enjoying it the most was one titled Everyone's Fucking Wrong. I think I just like the music video because there's a bunch of puppets moving around, and that makes my secretly 13-year-old brain happy. So, you know, pretty normal stuff. Pretty normal standard stuff. I definitely recommend you go listen to Everyone's Fucking Wrong. Just, you know, not the best song in the universe. I don't quite like it. I can't pretend it's like a bad song or anything. Why? Because I listened to it a bunch throughout the month. And so I'd be lying if I said I didn't like it. Clearly. Duh. Other individual songs I recommend are Moonlight Shadow. Moonlight Shadow. So I was watching also the My Two Cents Ciro Calcare show. You know, the Italian guy that screams in Netflix. The really good animated show. Genuinely watch that. Like, I'm not kidding. You should watch the Ciro Calcare shows if you haven't. They are always impressive. And I think this one, I don't think it's better than the first season. But again, we'll talk about this show later. Right now, just Moonlight Shadow. They put the song in there because season 3 of the show apparently has money to get licenses. Like, you know, they play fucking The Vampire of Time and Memory by, what's the name? Queens of the Stone Age. I was just kind of amazed that they played that song. And I was like, oh, that must be the only big song they played now. Now they have budget to actually spend on playing, like, licensed music. And so I guess they just picked a bunch of licensed music, and that did include Moonlight Shadow. Which, kind of a repetitive song, but it's on purpose. It's kind of meant to be like a story, you know? You know those old tales? So it's a little bit repetitive, but it's also still, like, using modern language and stuff. So, cannot pretend that the music or the song itself is, like, antiquated or anything. It's just a good pop. I found myself singing it a bunch and thinking to myself that it's a good song. What is there not to love about a good song, you know? We love it when a show shows us a good song, even if the song that they're showing us is irrationally popular for no reason. Hi, Enderman. Hi, Enderman. Hi, Enderman. Hi, Enderman. Where are you? Come on, friend. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Give me your shit. 6 Ender Barrel. Good. Good. Leap of faith. Ah! Alright. That was the lamest leap of faith I've ever done. Hey, you know how last time I did a video about the music I listened to the month, I re-mentioned Gorillaz' Casablanca? Because I forgot that was last month, not this month. How am I here? How did I loop back to here? How do I keep losing and finding myself in unique ways? Well, because of my mess up in the last video where I talked about the music, I kind of wanted a fix up. I wanted to fix up my mistakes. And instead of fixing up my mistakes, I went to listen to the real classical Casablanca song. You know, a kiss is still a kiss in Casablanca. Really good song. And it got stuck in my head. And so now I sing Casablanca, and people really don't like it when I go without your side, because I can sing. But beyond my inability to sing, like, even my shitty rendition of the song is still pretty good. It's still Casablanca. And now I want to listen. What forest this way? I thought this was the fortress. Where's the fortress then? What? Casablanca is a good song. I like Casablanca. I like it when I sing Casablanca. Again, I like that tone of voice. So it just makes for a good song. And I got pretty into Casablanca the song. Now I just need to get into Casablanca the movie, which I did watch a while ago, and I didn't love it that much. But you know, maybe I can make people fall in love with me while watching Casablanca. Maybe that's the secret to love. Maybe the secret to love is to always have just Casablanca at a really low volume, like it's some sort of algorithm trick to trick people into loving you. Maybe Casablanca in secret just makes people want to love each other. It's like a spell. It's like a secret thing. But then if you make 10 people fall in love with you to Casablanca, you lose your ability to see. Or something. You become blind for increasingly long amount of times. In an indirect way of saying you'll never find love. Because you're thinking love is a transactionary thing. You take and you give rather than something deeper than that. some sort of connection. And all of this from me not wanting to not talk about Casablanca. Sometimes I just be saying shit. Surprisingly, this month, not a lot of joke songs. Typically, I end up listening to a bunch of joke songs that are just like, comedy music. I don't hate comedy music, though typically my style of comedy music is just sit back on a rips of stuff. Or music that has like double meanings or whatever. Ow, ow! Paul, what are you doing? I mean, Spear AI is weird, isn't it? I feel like it's just weird. What do they move like that? Ah, disgusting. More quartz. I need so much quartz. This is not even enough quartz. Ideally, like I think ideally, I just make a battering farm. I'm probably gonna need to make a battering farm in order to finish my other farm, because every farm that I make needs another farm to be finished. Because why would my resource gathering lead me anywhere? Look at how neat that looks. That looks very neat. So yeah, the only joke song I listened to was I watched, like, I don't know, a certain season of Taskmaster, the one with Fran Brady in it, and at some point she sings like a parody version of, what's the name of this song? It's just a classical song. And at some point she goes, me from Brady, me from Brady, me from Brady, and it just got stuck in my head. And so now I just been saying me from Brady, even though me not from Brady. Me and ate smashed tomatoes, very different, very unpopular. Nobody's actually listening to my ass. How many views does this video have? Like, if you're listening to this, chances are you're like the first viewer. No one's really paying attention to what I do in this channel. Aha, that's the last thing. The last thing I listened to that I almost forgot. Which, I'm surprised I almost forgot it, but also not really. And that is, yeah, I re-listened to Breakfast in America. It's always been one of my favorite albums, just because it has a certain track on it. It has the track, ooh, not Goodbye Stranger. It does have Goodbye Stranger, which is like the famous song by Supertramp. That's the name of the band. And it does have Goodbye Stranger, but it also has Child of Vision, which is, kids these days with their televisions, which is a nice song now, because kids these days with their mobile phones, But besides the song just being interesting, because of that, like, gap between what the song is talking about and what the song actually means nowadays, now that, people have moved on from TV and TV advertising, and now we're into TikTok, where the best advertising is a bunch of people pretending that they like a product. Because why wouldn't you like product? Purchase tough. Purchase. Make purchase. Make purchase now. Your favorite influencer likes it, so make purchase now. Buy La Boo Boo now. I don't know what the next crazy thing is gonna be. Oh, my legs too. That was a quick-lived duology. What are you doing? Brother, you're dying. You're dying trying to kill me. And I just want quartz from the environment. I don't even want you. You know how many people actually do collect quartz like this? I must be the only one! I must be the only one! And upon re-listening to Breakfast in America, yeah, I'm still into it. I think it's better now that I'm older. There's just something about a bunch of songs in there that works really well. I was thinking to myself, just another nervous wreck could be used really well at the end of a show. So, if I ever make a show, do not be surprised if the ending song, like if the end of the show is just set to just another nervous wreck. But really a bunch of songs from the album there. Oh, you're gonna come attack me. Why are you like this? Why can't you just let me be happy? Why can't anybody let me be happy? Hello, welcome to the fuck you deltas. They look insane with this texture pack. I don't even want to explore it just to show you what it looks like with this texture pack. I'm gonna take off this fuck ass texture pack soon. I almost forgot to put it back on at the start of the episode, and I was like, should I? Should I? Then I thought like, no, it's gotta be cool to go to the nether with the shitty textures. And it kind of is. I can't pretend it isn't. Also, I'm probably lost. I'm probably not gonna know how to get back home. That's a problem for another day. Another guy. Another side, another story. TLDR, I listened to a bunch of really cool music this month. Um, got once again into Breakfast in America, the whole TT discography, Moonlight Shadow, and a few other songs that I thought are pretty good. And that is lava falling from the head, from the ceiling, and burning my hard-earned work because I have no inventory space. Because someone decided to make Minecraft and said, "What if no inventory space all the time? No inventory space ever. No happiness. Just lack of space and lack of happiness. Ha 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 ha." So go listen to all the music. I don't make this video just so you can hear me jab. I mean, it is just so you can hear me jab, but you know. I also intend to show you the wonderful worlds of the music I listen to. And some songs that are good, and some songs that are bad, and some songs that are neither good nor bad, and some songs that are lovely. But it's just what I think. You know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Quartz collected. How much quartz is this? This is quite a bit of quartz. Which I'm realizing I should compact before I end the video. This is what 30 minutes of collecting quartz manually looks like. 3 stacks and a little more. Also, I found myself by mistake. We're literally right here. Like, that's where we were a second ago. I don't know if the cut disoriented you, but I'm literally right here. Somehow I just walked in a big fucking circle. You know what? Yeah. That's just beautiful. I'll see you all next time to talk about other topics. Bye. You think if I stayed really silent, I could fool you into thinking that the video is over when it isn't? Just to get a few more seconds of watch time? Or I could alternatively fool you into thinking that the video isn't over. So you think to yourself, oh man,